What's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and this is of a movie that I'm very surprised that this was the first time I actually watched it. And that was Monsters vs. Aliens. I don't know exactly when it was released. The correct year that it was released will be in the title of the video, as it always is. But you know, I was like, well, like, surprising that I've never seen this because of how many promos I saw for it. You know, with DVDs and like cars and like other I don't know, I can't think of any others that were just, they were released, and I Toy Stories and whatever. And how many times I saw previews like monsters, and then all those times I saw like, oh, I'm a blob, so I'm not gonna die, that kind of thing. And then it's 57-foot woman and all that and stuff like that. It's crazy that I actually, never seen this movie. But I finally got around to seeing it today. And, well, probably about 3 months from now. 3 months ago or 4 months ago, even at the time this video goes up. But, let me just say, this movie was pretty wild, pretty to the point. To the point. Let's say that. Yeah, it's really just monsters versus aliens. Basically, it starts out the origin of the really tall woman, and how she grew tall because of genetic powers and her backstory, which I didn't actually expect her to have much of a backstory. I thought they were just all going to be introduced normally. I didn't know she was going to be like the main protagonist. To be honest, I didn't know who the main protagonist was going to be in general. But that was pretty cool to see that happen and stuff like that on her wedding day and everything. I guess it was cool, but the reason why it happened and everything. So I didn't know that was going to happen. And then we don't really we get some backstory for the others. We get the backstory for the insect guy, like the doctor guy, not the big insect. We get the backstory for the big insectosaur too, but not so much as we get for the little insect guy. We get some backstory for the blob, and we don't get a whole lot of backstory for the other fish guy, but enough, I guess. There's explanatory to everything that goes along with that. But so we get a little bit of explanation to that. But then, other than that, it's basically a freaking Independence Day, where the aliens are coming in, and the army's trying to shoot them all down, but they got the force fields up, so it doesn't work. So then they have to try to make peace with it, and they try to make peace. And then the president, the president's pretty funny. He plays the that kind of thing. It was pretty funny. I didn't know that was from Monsters vs. Aliens either. I thought it was from a different movie, but it was from this movie, so that's pretty cool. And then, instead of Independence Day trying to penetrate the force field and get inside that way, they have to try and use the monsters instead, which, to be fair, weren't extremely effective at their job. I mean, they really didn't. The rest of other than the really tall woman, her name's Susan, by the way, CEO of YouTube. Have you played this role? I would assume. So why does her hair turn white? I don't remember. I don't know why that's the case. Why does her hair turn white? I don't know. But she's the only one that's like really effective until the final battle, when they actually get into the ship and stuff like that. The other ones didn't get effective using disguise and stuff like that. But she's the only one that gets effective and everything. Also, 2 times she gets crushed by a meteor in like a big quantonium ball, and that's how she grows big. That's weird too, but I mean, yeah, I mean, otherwise the characters hurt. I mean, there were some funny jokes in there too. A little, there were some that stuck, some that didn't. And kind of movie like this, it's a pretty stupid, dumb movie for kids, and you could see it was definitely directed towards kids. Some of the characters were all right. There was one scene in particular I remember seeing in the trailers. There's something amphibian guy climbs out of the sewer and he complains about being old, but he didn't actually do that in the actual movie. So I wonder if it was changed from the trailers to the movie, or even from the trailers to the movie and to the DVD, that kind of thing. I don't know, but. And then you hit the general and that kind of thing, and then the military using them. We want to use all the grenades and stuff like that, and then that kind of thing. It does share quite a bit of resemblances to Independence Day, but more of a kid friendly orientation, which I think is pretty funny, but doesn't work well. It did not work well. We ended up playing like Cards Against Humanity during this, and Uno and shit, just because boring as fuck. This is hard to It's really hard to pay attention throughout the whole movie and everything about like what was actually supposed to go on, and then then they tie it all at the end, with the lady, figure out like Derek, and Derek only cares about his job. And where are we seeing that? The guy literally carries on like he's the only one, who he's the only one who cares about his job. A guy cares about his job, not about the woman, just wants the woman for the prize money. Like, where have we seen that before? That's not new. That's not new. Not at all. Good on her for leaving the man, though. Good on her for staying a 57-foot tall woman. Good on her. That kind of thing. So, but no, this was a pretty bad movie. In all seriousness, maybe I'd watch it as a kid. I might have more fond memories of it coming in. I definitely have fond memories watching the previews, but not actually watching it. So that's gonna have to. My final score, I'll probably have to give this one probably a 5 out of 10. The Meg was at least a somewhat decent movie. So I can't rank it a 6 because of that. So I can't rank Monsters vs. Aliens as a 6, is what I should say. But if you saw this as a kid, let me know and you've not seen it since. Let me know your perception about it. If you've seen this as an adult, though, I'd like to also hear your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And stay tuned for much more amazing content, including movie reviews and other awesome stuff coming to you. So that's gonna do it. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.